Welcome everybody to MTGV Crime Podcast, where today we're going to be talking about Sade Robinson and Maxwell Anderson, the guy who unalived her on April Fool's Day. So we will be going over the criminal complaint, the records request, and the lawsuit that the family has filed against Maxwell Anderson. If you are here on a replay, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, a comment, and if you are here right now, drop down in the comments and let me know that you're here. Okay, we are not going to waste any time here. We're going to get right into it. So again, we are going over the criminal complaint today. We are going over the family's grievances. And I have a video here to show you with the mother, Sade Robinson's sister, and the attorney right here that you see on this thumbnail. So we are going to be going over the videos that they released the other day. And so I just want to remind you, because the last live stream we talked about this, we spoke about an alderman of Waukegan who actually posted photographs of Sade Robinson's remains on his Facebook channel. Like, what? Like, her mother hasn't even seen these pictures. Her father hasn't even seen these pictures, but there was an alderman that actually posted it on his Facebook page, and I think that is wild. So this article is coming out of Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, and this was actually posted on May 20th of 2024. The family is grieving after the unaliving of Sade Robinson. They were disgusted to see a social media post from a Waukegan alderman that had included a photograph of a human arm found on the Illinois shoreline. Robinson's mother, Sheena Scarborough, told the Sentinel, "I think that's absolutely ridiculous. It's disgusting and very insensitive. Insensitive. As I'm remembering, the mother said, she hadn't even talked to this guy. Like, nobody reached out. The mother is very concerned that these strangers are telling the world who her daughter was, and they didn't know her daughter. She feels like they clout chasing or something. You know, you haven't reached out to the family, but you feel obligated to post pictures and something so graphic. So what the attorneys and the mother want to know, the family wants to know, how did the alderman get a hold of these pictures? How was he able to post them? Who gave them to him? Where did he get them from? Who need to be fired? This is not okay." Shout out to BFF in the building. Good morning on your neck of the woods. Good to see you in here. And shout out to the realest one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, this is crazy, y'all, because the last time I talked about this is what it was. So I'm going to run through it right quick. Sheena, she said, I respectfully want him held accountable. Okay, and she said, I want him reprimanded. She voiced frustration that a professional person would post something like that. We're dealing with trauma, she said. The alderman's post also drew criticism from Waukegan Mayor Ann Taylor. The two are both running in 2025. So that's what it's all about. Is it about a mayoral race? So the city of Waukegan does not comment on the active criminal investigation, especially in cases where, so basically she's saying that this is not something that they would normally even comment about. So why is he inserting himself? So especially in cases where The city is not the lead agency. This policy is intended to preserve the investigation, the integrity, and respect of the privacy of the victims and their family, Taylor said in a statement. Now, that is why no public statements were made until the Alderman Keith Turner posted a graphic photo of the remains on his Facebook account. So Taylor added that Turner did not contact Waukegan Police Command staff or anyone in the Waukegan government to ask about the incident before just posting photos of the remains on his page. So the city did not provide Alderman Turner with the photograph, and he was never given permission to post the photo on his page. And so the individual aldermen are not authorized to speak on behalf of the city, much less for the police department. Turner did not respond to telephone calls or emails from the Sentinel. So, hold on. So, Sade Robinson, she was reported missing on April 2nd, following the first date with 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson. Prosecutors said after a short night out, the local bartender and Robinson went back to his house where he dismembered her and disposed of her parts all across Milwaukee. So there was also a video. I mean, this is the other thing. They are concerned that, okay, the guy, they sold the house less than 30 days after this incident. They already sold the house. So he's already profited some money off of her. Basically, I mean, the house, it shouldn't have been sold. It shouldn't even been put on the market that fast, if you ask me. You would think this house would still be a part of the investigation, but no, they sold the house and there's new residents already in the house. But who gets the money? The family want the money. You know what I'm saying? They like, he shouldn't be able to make no money, period. And so we're going to go through the videos that I have queued up, as well as we're going to go through the criminal complaint. See, we're going to see what details come out that we didn't know about. So here we go. Please smack that thumbs up, y'all. Please share this out. More people need to hear this. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up.
Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for so much.
So it is no doubt that she was at his house. He took her car and drove off with her in the car, with him driving it. And so remember, I was like, how did he even get in her car? They was going to meet at a date. How did he end up in her car and all of this stuff? So anyway, let me play this updated video.
We filed open records requests, which were, today we received information that they would be denied on the basis of criminal investigation, which is the age-old scenario that they tell people in the community. If you want transparency, there should be transparency. Open records laws were created for there to be transparency. There's no investigation that is happening with mind you, this was the open records request to Waukegan. So there's no criminal investigation or administrative investigation that should prohibit the family from knowing how the alderman got access to that photograph. That is utterly ridiculous. Transparency is transparency. It should be had. Justice should not be prevented. The lawsuit was filed yesterday against Maxwell Anderson. The lawsuit is public information. You can read it for the actual facts as they state therein. I think most of the facts are obvious to the community at this point. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over the facts. What I will say is that the family would like to protect their rights, protect the image of their daughter. That is one of the main reasons for that lawsuit. No criminal should have the right to make money off of harm that they do to the community. That goes without saying. And therefore, I believe that the images of him, as well as the images of Sade Robinson, those rights should remain with the family. They should have the rights if there was ever a television show or a movie that was produced or a interview done. They should have all rights to that information, those images, as they see fit. They should have the right to determine the legacy of their daughter, the imagery of their daughter. The lawsuit is also being held and been put into place because we believe that anyone that is harmed in this community deserves the right to go after and seek retribution, financially as well as emotionally, for what has been done to them. If they do that, there should also be put in place immediately by the city, by the state, halts on all access to that person's assets, be that their home, be it their financial bank accounts, be it any business that they have interest in. The federal government does that all the time. It is a normal, actual practice. I've represented many a federal case, and every time I walk in the courtroom, the first thing that is filed is a halt on all finances. Same thing should be happening at these types of situations. The family is going to be going to court tomorrow. There is a motion that has been filed for access to a computer for Anderson. The family is not pleased. They are not happy about that motion being filed. Many defendants have filed that same motion, and that motion has been denied. There should be no special circumstances in this situation. We are more worried that that harm will be done with access to that computer than good. Anybody that takes actions to sell off the residence where this happened in less than 30 days, I don't trust. We filed open records requests, which were...
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Wait, where am I at? So basically, they are asking for Maxwell to have access to a computer so he can go over the details of the case and all of this stuff. And what she's saying is that he can go over the details with his lawyer. He don't need to have a computer, at his exposure. He can just go through it with his lawyer when he need to. And so I agree, and a lot of times they just, like she said, she's gotten denied many times with that request, and it should be the same thing with him. He don't need a dang on computer to keep up with the case. And so it actually was denied. And shout out to Breeze Omega in the chat. And that is Sade Robinson's mother that you are talking about in the video. Is her mother, her grandmother, and her sister that's standing behind the attorney that's representing them. And so, yeah, I don't feel like he need a computer to keep up with nothing. He let all of that go when he did what he did to her. But I think it's a crying shame that the alderman, I'm back on the alderman, that the alderman would post this girl's arm on his channel. On his page. Like, what? You ain't reached out to the family, nothing. It's just a bunch of injustices going on with this. And then his father being able to go in and out of the house, take things out of the house, sell the house, throw things away. And now everything is different. The new owners, how much are they doing? Are they tearing out the floors and who knows? But most of all, they profited off of this. And the family is left devastated with lost wages, can't work, stressed out, heartbroken, all the things that go with losing a loved one. And he got his father out here selling property, making money, helping him eat in prison. Probably he'll write a book. Who knows? If they don't put a stop to this stuff right now, which is what they're doing. The mother is trying to gain control of the narrative of her daughter. She don't want people just out here willy-nilly just saying any and everything about her. She's already concerned about movies being put out, because we already seen that happen with Shanquilla Robinson with the Tubi network or whatever. Was it Tubi? Wait, I think it was Tubi, right? That put out a generic movie about Shanquilla Robinson. Her family wasn't happy about that. I remember them trademarking her name or something too. And I don't know where they are with that, but that's another case that just got swept under the rug. Nobody locked up or anything. But yeah. So what is Breeze saying? So federal, but isn't this state? That's two different settings. I have no idea. Oh, they doing yeah. It's always something. He gonna get a slap on the wrist. Nah, he about to do life. Ain't no way he getting no slap on the wrist. But the things that's happening out here, I don't see the slap on the wrist. I definitely see a lifetime in prison. No good behavior. You dismembered somebody. Ain't that's the worst, man. Come on. Nah, he ain't getting off. Shout out to young Riaz. Welcome in. I bet her family doesn't believe her family. I don't know. I really don't know. They better believe it. I'm sure. Look, if you didn't believe that then, you definitely believe it now. How much you want to bet? Shout out to the AFC podcast. Thank you so much for coming in. How you doing? Boy, you had me going on your show. Did you see one of your people came at me, Jay, in the chat, and I wasn't even talking to her? I'm like, good Lord. Oh, I gotta hit you. I'm gonna hit you up on IG. I got a question for you. Definitely. So look for that. But yeah, somebody came at me in your chat. This is the second time. How did that happen to me? Like, what? But anyway, I don't know if you seen that, Jay. Put that punk under. Okay. Most definitely. But yeah, so at some point her mother was with a white guy because her sister is mixed. I do believe that her sister is black and white. I mean, I've seen a picture of her father. I'm not completely sure of his race, but he's not black. Her daughter is mixed. Yeah, it was her misunderstanding, and I was about to type something. I was like, man, she ain't even worth my energy. Because if I can be picked out of a chat, obviously, I mean, I am chosen for people to mess with me for no reason. But I just ignored her because she's totally a non-factor, and she was totally wrong. But I wanted to ask you about somebody else too. Like, it's some information I just wanted to know if you knew. But okay, so let me play the other part of this video.
Anybody that takes actions to sell off the residence where this happened in less than 30 days, I don't trust. The family doesn't trust it, and the community shouldn't trust it. The judges shouldn't trust it. At this point, what should be done is his lawyer should be granted access to go in with the information for them to review it. As many times as I have had to do with my clients. As many times as I've had motions denied when my client wanted access to it themselves. Lawyers come in, they take the information in there, they allow the client to review it at that point in time, they leave. There's no reason for thorough review thereafter. The lawyer has time, he can sit there for 8 hours with his client. Go over every item, review it with the client, make decisions. There's no need for him to have access to it after the lawyer leaves. No, this is something that community members located and the community members are willing to testify to. Damages in this case will be determined by the jury. So it will be based on medical records, medical information. Yes, as the wrongful death cases do have a cap, which in many states they do not. Wisconsin is one of those states where as a legislature, they decided to put caps on many things. Many things that I don't agree should have caps on them. You cannot protect people in a society where the actual income levels and financial ability of a society and the economy of an economy consistently is increasing, and you said caps. So therefore, I can do damage way above the cap, and there not be any repercussions. So in other words, just to make it simple, if I'm a car manufacturer and I decide to do something in this car business that would cause damage and harm, and I know that for every person that passes away, I can only get sued for $150,000 or $350,000, though you may be a person that has an income of $2 million a year. You can only get $350,000. That type of thing should not happen in a society that's an economic-based society, and that's what America is. It's an economic-based society. I believe that's the cap for certain wrongful death. We actually just dropped off the paperwork today at the Sheriff's Department, which is why I said to do it out here for service to happen. Like I said, the lawsuit was just filed. I have not myself sent them any open records requests just yet. But I also want the criminal case to move along further than where it is. Before I do that, I don't want to take any actions that may disrupt that process. And I believe that process should resolve before this civil case even resolves. No, not yet. No, not yet. And as we all know, and I'm assuming you know, but I do notice that some of you are kind of young. People in this business, they wait till criminal cases are resolved. They wait to tell certain stories. We just had the Jeffrey Dahmer story just told just now. Those stories aren't usually told immediately because the story hasn't fleshed itself out yet. But 10 years from now, Think of it this way: if it was your child, would you want your child's story told by the criminal?
This is very traumatic. It's emotionally daily. Dealing with trauma. Me and my daughter.
They have started to go through some therapy. They are going to be continuing that process. It is not an easy thing to do. None of this is easy. None of it is expected. Nothing about this scenario could ever be in a parent's mind as something that could possibly happen. And I think even the people in the community, if they stop, take 10 minutes and actually pause and think about if their child walked out the door today and they never saw that child again. And the next thing they hear is that remains of their child are popping up across the city. Pause and close your eyes and imagine what that has to feel like. And then step into the reality that you're just imagining it. They're actually living it. That's a totally different scenario. Most of us, we see violence all the time on television. We see it on the news, but we're not actually living it. The actual living of a scenario creates such an entire complexity in your mind and in your soul that most people never will have to endure. And I pray to God they don't. Unfortunately, she is. Anybody that takes actions to sell off the residence where this happened in less than 30 days, I don't trust. The family doesn't trust it, and the community shouldn't trust it. The judges shouldn't trust it. At this point, what should be done is his lawyer should be granted access to go in with the information for them to review it. As many times as I have had to do with my clients. As many times as I've had motions denied when my client wanted access to it themselves. Lawyers come in, they take the information in there, they allow the client to review it at that point in time, they leave. There's no reason for thorough review thereafter. The lawyer has time, he can sit there for 8 hours with his client. Go over every item, review it with the client, make decisions. There's no need for him to have access to it after the lawyer leaves. No, this is something that community members located and the community members are willing to testify to. Damages in this case will be determined by the jury. So it will be based on medical records.
Okay, y'all. Okay. So yeah, they are thinking ahead of time for everything. They already thinking about the movies. They're already thinking about the stuff that happened with Shanquilla Robinson. So they want to gain control of her name so other people won't be out here just making money off of her daughter. And she want to be able to say who she was, you know. So I think that all of that stuff is reasonable. Thank you, Jay, for sharing me out. I think everything is reasonable, what they're saying. And I think it's totally unfair that they are not able to get the records and stuff. Like, why not? Why can't they see other people are getting it? Why can't they tell them how the alderman, how did he get this picture? He has to know somebody on the inside that gave it to him, you know, and then he had the nerve to post it on his page. That's just crazy. So they can get bread. Well, it's better that they get paid. She get paid off her daughter than anybody else. I mean, I'm not going to say they wrong for that. I would want to gain control of it too. I mean, if that's what she want to do, and I think that she's basing it off of things that she already seen happen, I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, she already feel like pretty much the world is against her. Like, just the way that everything went, the fact that the community is the ones that found everything. It wasn't the police that found stuff. It was the community. It was people that were a part of their family and friends and people that worked with Sade and stuff like that, you know, and they had to even get their own searchers that to go into the water. Y'all already know how it works. So yeah, she want the upper hand on her daughter, period. And what's going on? I'm not mad at her. And then we got one last video, and I'm gonna go over the criminal complaint that was put out. The article that I'm looking at is from April 12th. So this will be the newest information. And I read through some of it. I seen a few things that I did not know. Just a couple of the things. So I'm going to read through it. I'm not against it, but they ain't going to let her come up. They not going to let her come up. Well, we'll see. We will see. I mean, because honestly, after they not gonna be able to have all this stuff sealed forever, and after a while, they will be able to get it. Even the public can file a freaking FOIA request and get some of this stuff. My thing is, I would be mad as hell too. Alderman posted my daughter's arm on his page, and then she ain't even seen the stuff. How? What? Who does that? Somebody need to be fired then. That's what I say. Okay, so this is the last part of the video that I have. Let's see.
There was a lot of things done in that transfer that we don't believe were legal. We're going to try to get to the bottom of that transfer. We still have investigators looking into it, and we are looking into it even more day by day, and we hope the court takes it seriously to also look into control and peace. You want to gain back some control of your life. Right now, her life is in a state of chaos. Every day, there's a new comment, there's a new Facebook post, there's a new story being told. You need, as a parent, to control your own future, your own destiny, your own path, the story of your own child. We as parents, you try to guide your child. You try to push them in a certain direction. You try to lead them. But at this point, right now, her child is being led by everyone but her. The DA's office is leading part of the story. The news is leading part of the story. She wants some control back. She wants some peace back. She wants to be able to say that this is who my child was and who she should be remembered as. Investigation is far from over. Thank you.
Justice for Sade.
Justice for Sade.
You could tell the daughter did not, her sister did not want to be there. I mean, she did. She hid behind her mother the whole time that she was up there. She did not want to be seen, really, but she up there to support her sister. It's so sad. It is so sad. I believe that, you know, Breeze, the world is full of hate, is full of injustice, but she can have some control. She could, I mean, who's to say she can put out her own movie about her daughter? She could hire the right people to put it together. There's people on YouTube that qualified to do that. So she definitely could do whatever she want to do with the information about her daughter. And she could make it as beautiful as she wants to make it. You know, it's all about, you know, her reach, what she's willing to do or what she knows.
Denied special access to a laptop in jail.
Okay, so this is the video that was released about 11 days ago, and this is the judge rule on Maxwell Anderson's request to have access to that computer, and that is part of what they were talking about here, that he don't need no dang computer. Oh, he got a lawyer. The lawyer can go through it, and he don't need access to nothing. He gave that up when he dismembered her.
Milwaukee's first-state murder suspect denied special access to a laptop in jail. Maxwell Anderson is accused of killing and dismembering Sade Robinson in April. 20 News' Hannah Hilliard reports on Anderson's special request today in court.
Walking in for a quick Wednesday morning hearing, many questions remain in the high-profile murder and dismemberment of 19-year-old Sade Robinson.
State of Wisconsin versus Maxwell Anderson.
There's still a mystery of what happened in that home.
Prosecutors say Maxwell Anderson went on a first date with the young woman on April 1st. The next day, investigators say someone found her leg in Cudahy's Warnemont Park. Police found her burned-out car near 30th and Lisbon shortly after, and other remains believed to belong to Robinson have washed ashore along Lake Michigan, as far away as Illinois. A criminal complaint details Robinson's phone inside Anderson's home and at Warnemont Park, but how she died is still unclear.
The prosecution has not shown its hand to the public. That's not to say that there isn't evidence in the discovery materials which are being produced to the defense.
To view what the defense calls a voluminous amount of that evidence, they asked a judge Wednesday if Anderson could have special access to a computer in jail.
The only goal we have here is just to make sure that discovery can be viewed as seamlessly as possible to prevent further delays.
The judge says he consulted with jail staff to try and determine what special access to a computer could look like, but decided it wasn't worth it.
I think on balance, while it might be slightly more efficient, that the institutional concerns outweigh giving Mr. Anderson a computer. So I'm going to deny that request.
Anderson escorted back to jail, where he's being held on a $5 million bond. In Milwaukee, Hannah Hilliard, WYSN 12 News.
Back to jail you go. You don't get a computer, any of that. I see the rally for reparations got you all amped up, don't it, Breeze? Y'all hoping for a beautiful world and it ain't true. Listen, I believe that your world is whatever you make it. It's a lot of crap out here in the world, and I got a lot of things that I'm dealing with personally, you know, fighting to get this business off the ground to where I can start making some great money. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that everybody is good at what they're good at. Everybody has their own purpose, passions, and all of that. And that one is not mine, but that's yours though. You know, like I'm passionate about crime. I'm passionate about YouTube support, YouTube news and all the stuff. I had to change it because I took that up off my channel. Ain't no support. But yeah, those are the things I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about making myself great with no excuses, only blaming myself and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really what I'm on. But I mean, that's a fight. It's a good fight. It's a lot of BS going on out in this world. But if I concentrated on that, me personally, I would be so beat down that I wouldn't have the energy to overcome my own issues within my own household and myself. So I mean, but I think it's important what y'all doing. Keep fighting it, but I ain't claiming it. Because ain't nobody supreme over me, and I hate that word. I told you that. I hate that word. You know I hate that word, too. But anyway, yeah. So there are folks that would support you. Wait, there's folks that would support you. Well, I do have people that support me. I used to blame myself until I looked closer. No, what I'm saying is you can overcome within yourself and your environment and all of that. Like, I'm not fighting. The number one is I have seen people attempt to do it, and it ain't never good. You know, that's a fight that is going to always be that. And I'm not going to dwell on it. I don't dwell on things that piss me off. I actually shy away from it, which is why I don't talk about it. It's pointless. But I see it in crime, and it's very upsetting to me, some of the things that I see, but that's not my fight. Because we can be whatever we want to be out here if we just put ourselves out there and be great. You can learn your skills and make your world wonderful. I can't fight that. That's for Tariq and his, y'all fight. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. So here's another video. Hold on. This video is about 13 days ago, and this is about Sade Robinson's family filing a wrongful death suit against Anderson. So all of this is related to what we just listened to.
Someone dismembered her after a first date. Now, Sade Robinson's family is suing the man accused of taking her life. 12 News' Kristen Pierce joining us live tonight with what's inside this wrongful death suit. Kristen? Gianna, Sade Robinson's family filed this lawsuit in court today, and it really...
When I tried to embrace that stuff, it actually raised my anxiety. It pissed me off. It upset me, made me cry, all the stuff that I don't want to feel. So what makes me feel good is putting out some good in the world. I can't change the world, but I can change me. And so the things that I see that's missing, I'm contributing my part. So I recommend that you keep doing that thing if that's what make you feel good, but don't down other people and like what you saying, like, y'all, what did you say? I used to blame myself. That's cool, but you said something about let me see, tell the truth and all of this kind of stuff. I don't see the world through your eyes. You know, yeah, I don't see the world through your eyes. Shout out to Superstar Bella. Welcome in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish playing this video. It is, again, this is Sade Robinson's family accuses Maxwell, 33, of wrongful unaliving and intentionally infliction of emotional distress, and they demand punitive damages.
Outlines their emotional damage. It's 30 pages long, and it outlines the criminal case and their pain and suffering. A civil lawsuit filed Monday by the family of Sade Robinson. Prosecutors say 33-year-old Maxwell Anderson killed and dismembered the 19-year-old woman after going on a first date together. 30 pages detailing the gruesome crime Anderson is accused of and the pain and suffering of Sade's family. The lawsuit writing, Anderson has stolen away their child's body, soul, future achievements, enjoyment of life, and beauty, and that Sade's family has no idea when the pain would ever cease, as they cannot sleep, are experiencing nightmares, and cannot find a sense of comfort or peace as they sit in agony and pain. Sade disappeared April 1st. The next day, someone found her severed leg along the shore of Lake Michigan. Since then, other remains believed to be hers have also been discovered. Sade's family is seeking damages for emotional distress, lost wages, and medical expenses, including grief counseling.
This has caused so much emotional effect to my family, my parents who love my baby so much, her grandparents, her uncles, her aunties, the community. Everyone has pulled up. This has affected many people in Milwaukee.
Among other assets, Sade's family is seeking the proceeds from the sale of Anderson's home on 39th Street in Milwaukee, where prosecutors believe Sade may have been killed.
Maxwell Anderson is still in jail tonight.
Anderson is in jail still on a $5 million bond. He has pleaded not guilty to homicide, arson, and mutilation charges. He is due back in court on Wednesday.
I'm Kristen Pierce reporting live outside the Milwaukee County Jail. Kristen, thank you.
That's what's up. You got a video that got 10K. I just, Breeze, you want me to talk like that? I don't talk like that. Okay, so that video that you got 10K on, you should collaborate with that lady and y'all should do more. Because I do agree that it is some BS out here. But I don't speak that because it pisses me off. I'm gonna let you do that. I don't continue to speak that. But when I see injustices, when I know that it is what it is, and this definitely could be one of them, that why did he choose her? Why did he choose a black girl? Was he into black girls, or did he just choose her to take her out? He didn't choose somebody that looked like him. But his record is horrible. He was abusing everybody around him. But he could have been racist, or he could have been not. I don't care. I mean, he in jail where he need to be, and he need to get the highest sentence. I'm happy that he's caught. He's not out here. He's not out here walking around free, and he won't be free. He ain't getting off. You don't dismember somebody and get off. Ain't no way in hell this man about to get off. But yeah, I mean, you said something like tell the truth and all of this stuff. So if you telling me to tell the truth, that means I'm telling a lie right now. And if you telling me to tell the truth, that means you want me to speak on it, and I don't want to. So that's where our conflict comes in at, and giving them the supreme, because white supremacy, I just don't like the word. That's meaning that white is supreme over me and anybody else, and it's not. They got as much power as you give them, really, because it's a lot of money out here to be made, and they don't have no control of that. They have no control over the skills that you can learn and start your own business and make your own money and never have to work for them again. Because let truth be told, if you employed somewhere, you're working for them. So, I mean, the number one thing should be to get up from under that. You know, and I mean, it's only so much you can say when you work for somebody else too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But I see what's going on in the world and I hate it. You should see what's going on in the prisons right now. I'm debating if I'm gonna talk about it or not. It upset me so much. I don't know. I'm guessing what the people might look like, but what really got me is that it is people in prison, they in jail for what they did, and I don't believe that people should be treated inhumane that's already paying for what they have done. Like I cannot believe this. But maybe I'll talk about that a little bit, depending on what else I gotta do. Because it's a prison that several prisoners were unalived in, and it was inhumane conditions. I forgot the name of the prison, but I just seen it, and I was crying watching that. Because I got family members in prison that I don't want that to happen to. And they actually fired the warden. Let me know if y'all heard about that, but it was very freaking upsetting to me. But let me see. The other part, I wanted to read the criminal complaint.
Everyone, it's time.
Oh man, that is not what I'm trying to do. Hold on. I'm on the wrong thing. Please smack that thumbs up. Please share this out if it is more people you know that might want to see this video. Because y'all know how it goes. People talk about these cases in the beginning when they're popular and everybody is talking about it, and then nobody's talking about it. But over here, I like to keep up with cases that I have talked about, and then keep bringing updates until the case is solved, goes to court, and all of that kind of stuff. So you can always look for me to update on cases that I've already reported on that's ongoing. And so this information is the newest information that I found, and it's sent out in April. And this was the, I'm going to just read the whole thing. It says, Maxwell Anderson, 33, has been charged in connection of the unaliving and disappearance of 19-year-old Sade Robinson. Investigators say Anderson intentionally unalived her and then dismembered her with the intent to conceal the unaliving. And trigger warning, some of these things you may hear may be triggering to you. If it is, if you are the person, you might want to leave right now, but keep it running. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we're going to get into the latest information. So Anderson has been charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson of a property other than a building. According to the criminal complaints, investigators used cell phone data and surveillance footage to piece together the details of what happened to Robinson. So the criminal complaint says on Monday, April 1st, Anderson and Robinson met for the first time at Twisted Fisherman, a seafood restaurant located on Canal Street in Milwaukee. Investigators say surveillance footage shows the two eating at the same table and eating at the restaurant around 5:30 p.m. and they left just a short hour later at 6:30. Investigators used the 360 app. Now, this is my first time hearing this because the only other case that I reported about a 360 app was a lady the first year that I got on here. And they located her. She was locating her phone with a 360 app right before she got out the car on the expressway and got hit by a car. And her name was Ashley. I cannot remember her last name. But a 360 app is really good to have because it notifies your family members or whoever you have connected to that when something is wrong. And using Ashley as an example, when her cell phone fell out the window when she was driving on the expressway, She wanted to retrieve her phone, so she cut on this 360 app. It started buzzing. So we could hear all of this in the video before she got out the car. When her phone hit the ground, her mother was notified by the app saying that there's something wrong, seriously wrong. There was the phone is destroyed, something there that she was in trouble. So that is a really good app. You can download it in the Play Store. So the investigators used a 360 app that provided the location of a mobile device to track Robinson's phone the night of April 1st. The data showed Robinson's phone traveled from Twisted Fisherman to the area of Dukes on Water, and then to the area of Anderson's residence near 13th and Oklahoma. So Robinson's device, according to the complaint, then traveled to the area of Warnermont Park between 2 and 3 a.m., the area where officials made the first disturbing discovery hours later. So just after 7:30 a.m. on April 2nd, officials found Robinson's 2020 Honda Civic torched near 29th and Lisbon. And so last I heard, like, they still don't know how she was unalive. I mean, they still don't know how he did it, where he did it. I mean, I guess they're assuming it was inside of the car because he tried to torch the car. But I'm wondering, was she wounded before she even left his house? How did he get back in her car? Because we already said, I already said that he basically set her up, is what it sounds like, but we don't know what's all in the information that they're not showing anybody. I'm trying to figure out, how did he even get in her? How did he go from meeting her at the restaurant to driving back with her? And I just wondered if she knew that he wasn't driving a car. He either caught a bus or got an Uber. Did she know that he was going to have to ride back with her? And then once he got her to his house, what did he say to get her out the house to go to Watermark Park? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Was she hurt between that time of the house to the car? I will say yes, but we don't know. But anyway, so just around 7:30 a.m. on April 2nd, officials found Robinson's 2020 Honda. It was torched. Video surveillance shows Anderson leaving the scene and getting on a Milwaukee Transit, which is the picture that we have right here. He got the black thumb, the backpack. He literally was seen walking away from a torch car. And this was him on the bus that they're talking about. They got footage of him walking down the street. They got everything. So, they got a lot. And I'm sure other stuff that they have that we don't know. So just after 7:30 a.m. on April 2nd, officials found Robinson's 2020 Honda Civic torched near 29th and Lisbon. Video surveillance shows Anderson leaving the scene, getting on a Milwaukee County Transit bus just after 8 a.m., heading towards his home around 5:30 p.m. The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office located a severed leg in the park, in Warnermont Park. So just after 1 a.m. on April 4th, Anderson was pulled over near 38th and Lakefield Drive by the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office in a traffic stop that led to his arrest. And in one of the videos that I've already posted, we actually had the video footage of him walking down the street, being escorted by the cops. And so in his car was clothing he was wearing when he allegedly torched her car. So he riding around with the clothes. Yeah, so the sheriff's office and the traffic stop that led to his arrest, in his car was the clothing he was wearing when he torched Robinson's car. That same day, the investigators executed a search warrant at Anderson's residence. So the same day that they found her. Now that's the thing too. Like, why didn't they do a search warrant before that? They already knew that she was with him. So this was from between April 1st and 4th. They didn't go into that house or even get a search warrant until then. But they knew right away that, yeah, they waited a few days too late to me. As a matter of fact, they didn't go to his house until after her family was up there putting all of those decorations and all of that stuff up. Then that's when they wanted to go and put the yellow tape and all of that kind of stuff because they didn't want them at the house. But that house was open from the 1st until the 4th, or, you know, when they finally arrested him. I don't know what took so long. But that same day, they executed a search warrant of his residence. According to the complaint, blood was found on the bedding in one of the bedrooms and on the walls leading towards the basement, and several gasoline containers were also found. I got pictures of the basement as well. A big hole, looked like a grave was dug in there, square and everything. Like, got that in a video that I've already done. And so, according to on Saturday, April 6th, officials found a human foot while searching the area of 31st and Galena. So, according to the criminal complaint, the leg found in Warnament Park appeared to be from the same individual as the foot near 31st and Galena. Partially due to the skin tone, the size, and having matching pink nail polish. That's how they did it preliminary. And so the complaint says analysis done by the Wisconsin State Crime Lab showed DNA from the leg found in Warnament Park determined the remains belonged to Robinson. A probable cause statement was issued for Robinson's arrest, and he was placed into custody last week. So the DA's office placed Anderson on a 72-hour hold until the blood evidence had been processed and before any former charges could be dropped. According to court documents, in 2014, Anderson pleaded guilty to a disorderly conduct charge the same year. He was also charged with domestic abuse. That charge was later dismissed. So I also talked about his record in some of the previous videos. So there is a playlist of Sade Robinson. Check out the playlist if you haven't already. I'm going to make sure I add this video to it and put it to the top of my page so people can find it easily. So in 2019, Anderson was found guilty for his second offense of driving while under the influence. So most recently in 2022, Anderson was found guilty of driving with a suspended license. Alrighty, so that is the latest that I'm able to find. I'm gonna do one more thing and see what her mother has been saying on Facebook, because I didn't go look at her mother's page before coming on here, and hopefully I can pull it up from here. Yep. Dang, that's funny. Her page was the last one I looked at on this channel. Okay, hold on. Oh, Snoop Dogg was in Milwaukee and her mother went to the concert. That's what I'm saying. She just posted. So she says Snoop turned out the Milwaukee last night at Potawatomi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. We was lit for you, baby girl. Brought the West Side to Milwaukee last night. So her mother is having a good time where she is right now. I'm not gonna play it because of the music. She said 2 days ago she posted a picture of her and Sade and said it was a throwback. And she said, I'm gonna fight for my family all day, every day. Sade Robinson, and her sister name is Adriana Reams. Them demons crossed the wrong family. Family of light workers. We protected in spiritual realm, and we move silently. She also posted, no one can comfort, console, or manage counseling me. The emotions I'm experiencing are surreal, hurt daily. I love you so much, Sade Robinson. I will be receiving justice for you in every way. Mommy promises that, and so does Adriana. Let's get it today. And she tagged the attorney. Oh, what is this? This is weird. Wait. She said, taking in my baby's beautiful bachelorette backyard lake front view. Taking in her beautiful spirit daily. My daughter lived like a 19-year-old boss queen. So it looked like she's where her body was found at. But then again, she's calling it a bachelorette. She said, taking in my baby's beautiful bachelorette backyard lakefront. I'm not really sure if that's the location. I'm not really sure what she means. And then she's posting, pictures of her. Oh, she was such a little cute girl. She looked just like herself as a real tiny little girl. Her mother is holding her. So sad, y'all. But let me see if y'all saying anything. That's Cape. He dang near got off. I don't know. I didn't follow that case, but he didn't get off. Matter of fact, didn't he get knocked off while he was in there too, on top of it? Shout out to Anthony Holmes. Welcome in. Hey, Miss V, just checking in for a minute while working. Thank you for coming in and a thumbs up. Tell me which of the 9 levels they don't control. Man, they don't control me. But so yeah, I guess let me see. I'm gonna come back. I think I am gonna talk about that prison case that I ran into because it had me crying. Like I mean it really did. I was like, oh my God, the things that they were saying. I'm talking about the warden was fired and about 4 other employees. It was like 2 nurses, a warden, a couple COs. It's just disgusting what they did. It's freaking disgusting. And it ain't right. But yeah, it really is. It's crazy, man. The things that they are all on board with is absolutely matter of fact, let me see if I can find the video since we here and there's a couple people listening. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I could just find a little video because it's actually a whole press conference out about this. Have y'all been keeping up with the Young Thug trial? It's a lot of stuff going on with that right now. I'm looking at somebody live with 11K in their chat right now watching that. And that case has been a dang on crazy show from the beginning. But you know what? No, I'm gonna come back because I'm at an hour and I got some more things I have to do. I gotta go study and all that. See how I had to bring myself back. I got things to do. But I do thank y'all so much for listening in on Sade Robinson. I am praying for her family. I hope they get justice sooner than later and they stop delaying everything. I mean, I'm thinking they know what's going on. They got enough information, and hopefully this don't take forever. But it's already taking too long if you ask me. You keeping up with it? Yeah, they are clowning in that. So yeah, if you want to go where everybody go at right now, go to the lead attorney. That's where everybody at. And this is who I was talking about earlier. Wait. Let me see if he on members only. He ain't on members only today, but he usually do be. But when you limit the chat too, that ain't necessarily good. But when you got 11,000 people watching you, who cares? So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm not sure when I'm gonna go live next on here, but it'll probably be sometime this week. I'm gonna get better with that. But for now, from right now, the live day over here is gonna be Mondays after my live stream on the LLC channel. And if you are a member or you link to my other channel, check out the live stream that I just left from over there. But we gotta go be great. Shoot, yeah, we gotta go be great, man. I got a lot to do. Yeah, 2 people versus 11K. Maybe I shouldn't compare that, but he is doing great over there, and he's talking about that case. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for hanging out. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral. Thank you, BFF, and thank you to everybody that tuned in. Peace and love, y'all. We out.